everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Wartalk. This is the mini podcast series on my channel where we discuss everything Magic the Gathering when it comes to set reviews, commander overviews for the upcoming sets, and just general discussions about Magic the Gathering from sets old and upcoming. My name is Stefan. I'm a content creator here on YouTube. You can follow me on my socials right in the bottom left-hand side of your screen right now. And today we're going to be taking a look at Innistrad, both Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. So this is just going to be a predictions video, so don't take this with a grain of salt until we get the actual spoiler season, potentially in September, maybe late August. However, take it with a grain of salt, see where this goes from here. So I'm going to be going over a couple of small little points. This is not going to be a very long video as I am doing training for my very first full-time video editor position. And so we'll just get right into it right here. So here's what we know so far about Innistrad. Midnight Sun will most likely have a lot of focus on werewolves, as we've seen on the set symbol itself, and Crimson Vow going to be released later this year. It's going to be mainly focused on vampires and the grand wedding of Innistrad, where speculation is that Olivia Voldaren will be one of the spouses. And it seems like red will be of the best color amongst those both sets, since you find red mana in both tribes, as shown in previous Innistrad ventures. Like when we first went to Innistrad, then went to Dark Ascension and Avacyn Restored, the majority of those sets were red primary focus, and even Shadows of Innistrad and Eldritch Moon still had a lot of prominent red cards and a lot of red mana symbols in those sets themselves. So that's my thinking. Red's going to be a very prominent color in this set, or this block, however we're going to be looking at it. And we already have a spoiled card from Midnight Hunt. So it's Lenore, Autumn Sovereign. So Lenore, as you see on this very high quality picture, Lenore Autumn Sovereign is a 0/4 for 2 white and green. So 2 in Selesnya for a legendary human noble with Coven. At the beginning of combat on your turn, pull a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Then if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, draw a card. So it seems like humans could actually have some decent cards to represent the block, and Lenore being the first commander option that were shown early enough. Don't worry, next week is going to be an entire Brewing with $50 episode on Lenore and see what we can come up with before spoiler season hits. But Lenore seems like an interesting card since it's all primarily focused on the different power levels. So with this deck, you'd probably be focused on either boosting a lot of power, getting a lot of +1/+1 counters on creatures, or just getting a lot of good heavy value and just adding some +1/+1 counters in the set. So that's what we know so far. Both of them are going to be primarily focused on 2 tribes. Red will probably be a very, very big color in this block. And we already have our first spoiler card of the block itself. Now that we have all the main information coming out of the set, these are a couple of things I would personally like to have in the set. These are my hopes for the block itself. I hope that Angels make a return, since Shadows over Innistrad had the Eldrazi completely swarm and mutate a chunk of its planesfolk, and a good majority of what got me invested in Avacyn Restored was all the Angels. All the Angels that came out of those sets. Even though we got Brisella, I would love a little bit more of an Angel, not a focus so much, but I would still like some new Angel cards that have good synergy with other cards in the set. I hope White really gets some really good cards, since this year alone, 2021, White has been getting so many really good cards. Most of the scene, we've seen some really good cards come out of almost every single set and commander product from the year. Like some of the ones I can think off the top of my head are Secret Rendezvous, Esper Sentinel, Oswald Fiddlebender, just from the last set alone, Cosmic Intervention, Archaeomancer's Map, and Monologue Tax, just to name a couple. And going with this trend, I'm hoping, well, if you agree with me, we're hoping that White gets some more good value and some more good cards to come out of it. And lastly, I'm hoping that either Thalia or Olivia get their Planeswalker Spark ignited, considering both have been very prominent characters in both previous Innistrad blocks. And considering Thalia created the Order of Saints Trap to combat evil, while Olivia completely deceived Thalia, when making a truce with her to combat the monsters that, you know, the Eldrazi's created, and during that time killed Cena, was an Abyssinian Inquisitor, right in front of Thalia. So that's as far as we know, and considering, as far as we know, from the lore of Innistrad, minus War of the Spark when Sorin came back, Sorin was imprisoned in stone, and Olivia just taunted him, saying that she was the new Lord of Vampires. I'm hoping Olivia gets her start ignited, either her or Thalia. I wouldn't be opposed to either one of those. Yeah, I'm really hoping to see what happens in the new upcoming set. So that was my predictions for both Innistrad Crimson Vow and for Midnight Hunt. I want to thank you for making it through this very short video. Again, I do apologize that it's a shorter video this week. Like I said, I'm doing training for my first ever full-time video editor position. If you like this video and if you want to see more content, don't be shy to hit like on this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That's how you're going to be notified of every future video that comes out this way. And I truly appreciate it because it would help my channel grow in the same time. You can see my social media links on the bottom left hand of your screen right now. That will be for Instagram, for Twitter, for Facebook, and for TikTok. I also post every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been doing this for the last little bit just to see the algorithm and to see how well I can grab my audience, especially at an earlier time. And stay tuned because I'm going to be announcing a contest very, very soon where you can actually win a deck that I've previously brewed on Brewing with 50 bucks. So keep wary, and please subscribe to each one of the social medias, because that's when you're going to know when the official contest drops. 1 and 2, you'll know how to enter. So if you're watching this video right now, hit follow on every single one of my social medias. Do it right now, because that's how you're going to know about the contest. And until then, like I said, my name is Stefan. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Until then, cheers, everybody.